The National Football League, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme today. It's the Vikings and the Broncos on Sunday Night Primetime.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings. Well, down on the field, they're all thinking the same thing that they do every week. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he'll get this up to the 39. Wilson. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They run it again with Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
That's complete to Troutman, right side.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon.
Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now Cousins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Fielded just inside the 20. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Touchdown! Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos add 6 to their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The return is Brandon Powell. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Back to it after the pick six. Cousins.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Cousins.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Trying to find Jordan Addison that time.
But it's going to be second down.
When you look at this Bronco defense,
against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. To throw, Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 96 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
Cousins again.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Wilson.
That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
Wilson.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. $16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Wilson will throw again toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos continue to pull away here in this first half.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they...
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Josie Jewell.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions, but that's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they'll...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Looking to throw. Wilson
able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
Here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
This one caught by Osborne, right side.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Cousins now.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
That's returnable now for Smith.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Williams. Fights through him. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now it's Wilson.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2nd down and 4.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. To throw again is Wilson.
Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Wilson, this one swung out to Williams.
And out of bounds right around the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. To throw is Wilson.
Pass complete to Judy on the out route.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, this from 34.
The kick by Lutz is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Trey Lance, another strong game as his guys moved to 9-1 on the season. From there, we head over to Detroit, check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Dak Prescott sharp in the victory as his guys find the win column for just the second time all year. Finally, on Monday Night Football, one of the games of the year, the Super Bowl rematch, Eagles, Chiefs, Arrowhead, 7:15 Central Time. In the first half, we saw a strong performance out of the veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
First down, here's Cousins.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Open man is Osborne.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And the Vikings first down.
From the red zone now, Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his left.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
They go play action. Cousins.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Josie Jewell.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Now Wilson.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
That's good for Denver Broncos.
A give to Williams, running right.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now it's Wilson.
His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos are able to stretch out their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Wilson. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Here's 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Here's Wilson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Nifty move. And boy, some nifty running, but he's still going to come up about a yard shy. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down. They only needed 1, but it ends up being a gain of 6 and moves the chains.
Now Wilson.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
Throw left side complete to Troutman.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Throwing again here, Wilson.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Following the interception, Cousins.
The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Cousins to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Now Cousins.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now.
43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now Williams running left. Broken tackle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
A first down throw for Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Cousins. Shakes off the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing is Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency.